Hello friends, welcome to day 4 of Ultimate Self Mastery Program. So, how was the last 3 days for all of you? I'm sure you have practiced all the 3 assignments that I've given you, and I'm sure all of you would have shifted in your experience specifically from a space of thought, emotions, and by practicing gratitude, I'm sure by being thankful, now what you feel and how you are is always a space of peace. At least you're able to see through peace, you're able to see through happiness in your lives. If not, yes, definitely I'm available on the last day where we can discuss all your experiences and how it has been for you. Today we are going to see one of the best practices, one of the best universal practices of the world, and it is called as Ho'oponopono. So what is Ho'oponopono? In other words, it's a Hawaiian word for forgiveness. So today we are going to see the concept of forgiveness. Why? Because it is this that is going to completely cleanse our body, our mind, and also help us remove all the unwanted impurities and all the unwanted complexities that we normally carry all through our lives. So the concept of forgiveness, the word forgiveness, definitely all of you know. You're all aware. Each of you are aware of what is the meaning of forgiveness. So what is forgiveness? It is to forgive someone for anything that they have done back to us. Somebody would have hurt us in our lives. Somebody would have given us difficult things in our lives, would have made us feel bad, would have made us cry. There are so many instances in our lives, from small to severe, as an experience we receive from all the people who are interacting with us. And we normally find it difficult to forgive people for what they did to us. But when we keep these things in our mind, it normally creates a negative memory. This negative memory can cause a lot of emotional distress and cannot allow us to move forward in our lives. It will always be a block in allowing us to be happier, allowing us to be more peaceful, and allowing us to be more strong and courageous in doing anything in our life. Many instances that we experience from people can make us fearful. Fear again is an emotion that does not serve us at all. The fear always arises because of the experiences that we have received from others or in situations. So forgiveness is one beautiful, intense practice that can help anyone to cleanse any negative memory, anything for that matter, any trauma, any issue that you have with anybody in your family or anybody outside your family. Why should I forgive? So the concept of forgiveness from a scientific space is very different. You are not forgiving any person, or you are not forgiving anything. You are actually forgiving yourself. Because whatever I have experienced in my life is always due to some action that I have created in the past. I may not be aware of what I have done in the past to receive something very negative in the present. So what I am doing by forgiving is I am cleansing myself. I am cleansing what actions I have taken to experience this negativity in my life. So only by practicing forgiveness I can keep myself peaceful. If I want to be in peace, I need to forgive. When we forgive somebody, or when we forgive some situation, or when we let go, forgiveness is also a letting go attitude. When I let go of my negative past, when I am okay to forgive anybody because of what they did, I am actually creating my own peace, because I want to be peaceful. Or else when I think of that person or when I think of that situation, again I will start creating a negative emotion. And now that we know that negative emotions are not good for us, negative emotions are not what we want in our lives, so why to keep all those negative instances without forgiveness and allow that to keep repeating as a pattern? So the best way to release a pattern, the best way to not manifest any more negative situations in our lives, is to always cleanse through this practice of forgiveness. The practice actually has a story. Ho'oponopono has a very beautiful story, because of which today it is practiced universally. It is a true story. It's a true story of a criminal clinical psychologist called Dr. Hewlin. He practiced this as a therapeutic practice for all the criminal patients who was inside his hospital. So he was given the charge of handling criminals in a hospital. So they were actually clinically ill, but they were also criminals. Now you can imagine, is it possible for a psychologist or a doctor to actually handle criminal patients? It's just impossible. You will not be able to medicate them, you will not be able to go near to them, you will not be able to counsel them or do any kind of rehabilitation. Many psychologists came and went. It was Dr. Hewlin who finally took up the challenge of treating these patients. The only technique or therapy he used was the forgiveness practice called Ho'oponopono. So Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian practice that contains 4 statements. These 4 statements, when a person says in memory of any negativity that is around them, as patients or as a situation or as other people, when Dr. Hewlin considered this as his action, as his karma, as his thought process as to he has manifested these criminal patients in his life to treat, he realized the importance of this practice and he just started practicing Ho'oponopono. So he used to put this practice live as music. So this is actually even sung as a music. So he used to play this music in the name of all the patients, and he used to also do this practice along with his patients. The patients would not do anything. They would be caught up in a cell or they would be tied up in a cell, but the music of Ho'oponopono kept on running and he continuously practiced only this. Slowly and steadily it was seen that the patients started becoming better, they started becoming aware, they became more open to medication, they became open to rehabilitation, and very slowly within 6 to 1 year, as a miracle, every patient was able to be healed, and finally they were taken back to their families, and today the hospital stands closed. So this is a very true story that Dr. Hewlin states, and there is a book that Joe Vitale wrote called as Zero Limits. So Zero Limits is a book that explains the story, this true story, and gets us to understand the secret behind practicing Ho'oponopono for any situation that you are in. So this is a beautiful practice that I invite each and every one of you to practice. Let's look at the practice. The practice is just giving 4 statements. So all of you now can take your pen and note down these 4 statements, which is the foundation of the practice Ho'oponopono. I am sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, and I love you. These are the 4 statements which defines the practice Ho'oponopono. I am sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, and I love you. Soon after this video that you see, I would be posting the song called Ho'oponopono. You can sing along with the song. Practice this today itself soon after the session, and open that video and listen to the practice and sing along with the music. As you sing, you can keep any person's image in your mind. You can write the name of all the people whom you want to have a healing attitude of. You can look at all the people who have hurt you and write their names down, and you can put your hand over that and actually practice this practice. So if it is at least one person, if you don't have anybody, you can also keep yourself in the practice, and in order to heal yourself, in order to cleanse yourself. So take your book. These 4 statements is what we have to do. Keep a person's name or keep a person's image in your mind, and you can try this practice that I would be posting just below this video. The practice is called as Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, and I love you. Do this practice today until tomorrow. Continuously try and do this practice as much as possible. You can play this in your house, you can play this in your office, you can hear it on the headset anytime. The more and more times that we do, we are actually cleansing everything that is serving negatively for us. As in, the more and the more we cleanse, you can see a new life opening up. You can see a better life opening up. Wherever things have to move on, which is negative for you, will move on. It will remove itself from your space of life, and you can see that you're living a more peaceful life if you practice this every day. Now, why these 4 statements? I'm sorry, please forgive me. So many people ask, why should I be sorry? Why should I forgive? Why should I ask for forgiveness? It is because it is not that you're forgiving somebody. You're sorry for what you did for you to receive this from someone else. So why should someone hurt you? So there is an absolute truth behind why you should be receiving negativity in your life. So for something that is there within me, I am seeing this, or for whatever I am seeing, there is something within me that I have to cleanse, is normally the message, the underlying message of this practice. So if you're sorry for any negative action that you have done in the past, you may not even know what it is. So as you cleanse, we say, I'm sorry and please forgive me for what I have done for me to receive this negative experience in my life. I thank you and I love you. Love is the energy now that I choose to be between me and anybody else in my life who is right now giving me negativity. And I'm thanking the universe for giving me this wisdom, and I thank the person or the situation or the thing for allowing me to cleanse and forgiving me and being in this space of forgiveness. So that's why these 4 statements are put in this manner, where you are asking for forgiveness and you are being sorry for whatever you did in the past for you to receive this negative situation today. So it is in this understanding that forgiveness practice is practiced. There is a wonderful book called Zero Limits, which I invite all of you to read. It is a beautiful book which Dr. Hugh Len has given, written by Joe Vitale, a best-selling author. There are a lot of information about this practice, but yes, please try this out, do this as a practice, and do give me a feedback what experience you have felt after doing the practice. We are on our 4th day of Ultimate Self-Mastery. This is an ultimate cleaning practice that helps each one of us to live the life of our dreams, because all the negativity that we experience is what we are cleansing on a daily basis, because of which your future life is going to be much better than the life today. You are standing in the space of cleansing your own self through this practice and slowly creating a life of transformation. So do this practice as an assignment for today. Try doing it as many times until we see live tomorrow, the ultimate day of self-mastery, wherein I'm going to showcase and reveal the best secret formula for again living the life of your dreams. Tomorrow we are going to see that ultimate self-mastery tool. Until then, see you and have a great day.